Gratitude, appreciation, and value. Great dad, better father here. First, I'd just like to say I thank everybody who decides to watch this video. I'm going to be talking about, I would say, a necessary topic of things. You may be wondering what those things are. Well, okay, so I'm going to get straight into it. Over the last 2 years, I have been through the most challenges I'd say I've ever been through in my 29 years. So I'm 29. In my 29 years of living, I have not experienced as many challenges as I have now, which would make sense to some degree. But since experiencing those challenges, I've learned that it's not about what you go through. It's about how you get through it. It's about how you know what I'm saying, got through it too. Get through it, got through it. Hey, same thing, I guess. But I've learned that adversity truly does build character if you allow it to. And the key word is allow. Because oftentimes, many of us, we face adversities and they're there to teach us a lesson, to teach us something. It's something that we're supposed to learn, we're supposed to gain. But due to our own egos and our own lack of maybe knowing or awareness to whatever situations are being presented, it causes for us to, I guess you could say, repeat it. It's almost like you get bopped upside the head and then you go, ow. Oh, it's like off The Lion King when Rafiki hit Simba in the head and he said, ow, what was that for? He said, it doesn't matter. It's in the past. He said, yeah, but the past hurts. He said, oh, yes, the past can hurt. But the way I see it, you can either run from it or learn from it. Because you can run from a punch. But if you ever think that you're going to like slip it no, you got to make that decision. You got to make the choice to go, okay, my intentions are, all right, for example, if somebody was chasing me and again, they was about to beat me up, my intentions for running is so that I don't get beat up. But let's say I can't run. So now what should my intentions be? My intention should be to protect myself, to fight back. It's all based on your intentions. And that leads me to what I wanted to really dive into and talk about more specifically and more in depth. It all is predicated on your mind. It's predicated on what you think, the thoughts that go through your mind in any given moment, especially when the moment is perceived to be or is uncomfortable. Like, what thoughts go through your mind and how do you feel? So many of us, we have learned to shut our own feelings off in order to protect us from feeling, you know what I mean? From feeling pain or hurt or fear. Because that's what it's rooted in. It's rooted in fear. And that's something that I've learned too on my healing journey, is a lot of things that I didn't know was rooted in fear was actually rooted in fear. A lot of the ways that I was choosing to handle uncomfortability or uncomfortable situations or negativity, a lot of the ways that I was handling them was actually just, it was like negativity. All right, I'm gonna handle it with negativity. Because I wasn't programmed. I wasn't shown, or I had not learned a different way, another way to handle that. But now I have learned it, and I'm sharing it with y'all. And that is to control my own mind and my own thoughts. And to not slip back into what a therapist would call your default settings or default programming. You know, when you play a video game and you go back to the default, that means it refreshes it and it goes back to whatever the settings were originally when you got the game. Well, guess what? If when I first got the game as a child was, you know, my game was fucking chaotic, abusive, alcoholism, just drugs, just straight, just neglect, all type of, that's all programming me. So now when somebody tries to pick up the controller to play my game, good luck. Shit, good luck. You see what I'm saying? And that becomes your mindset. The mindset that you had to develop in order to get through all that chaos, to get through all that alcoholism, all that drug abuse, or just abuse in general. The mindset that you had to create is your programming. It is your default setting. And what I learned is how to identify where my mind and my body would go and how I would actually feel, to be present with how I feel and learn how to articulate it. It's a lot of adults out here. I'm talking about grown men and women. I'm talking about as far as age, not mindset. In age, yes, she could be 40 years old, but her mindset, she's still 14. She can't get past when she was 14 years old, 15 years old. He cannot get past when he was 8 years old, 10 years old, 11 years old, 12. It just depends. But you're going to get different personalities, different programmings, depending on the different situations that are presented. It's what we call triggers. So when something's triggered, what the hell is what is it triggering? What did it trigger? What did that trigger? How do you respond to that trigger? Those are all the things that I had to learn. And I'm so glad that I did. And I learned a lot, like honestly, from looking into and studying attachment styles. That was the first thing that was introduced to me when I went into therapy, and just pretty much told, my therapist everything that was going on in my life at the time. And then, of course, a background story into my life, my childhood, everything. And that was the conclusion. It was just like, hey, you should look into attachment styles. And, of course, my therapist didn't tell me what I was. I wasn't diagnosed per se, but he kind of pretty much guided me to where I needed to go to learn what I needed to learn in order to start bettering myself in the areas where I knew I need better and where I knew I needed, strengthening, so to speak, because those areas were weak, very fragile. Some of us need to learn newer ways to love ourselves. We need to learn newer ways to nurture ourselves, to comfort ourselves, to be okay with being alone and not feeling a sense of abandonment or anxiety. Because when you were left alone as a kid, think about being a kid and imagining something happening to you. It will cause you to develop anxiety when you're left alone. It clearly would make sense. Like, come on now. But it's deep. Like, man, healing is ongoing progression. You will reach moments of progress, but it's never ending, because there's always room to improve, and it's always room to, better yourself. Always. Oftentimes, most times, or at least I've come to find, it has nothing to do with financial. A lot of people's so-called financial struggles at a job, it's not just, they're struggling in relationships. They're struggling with themselves. That's just pretty much what it is. They're struggling with themselves. And at the end of the day, it does go back to them. It does. Just like I had to realize that no matter what my therapist was saying is me at the end of the day. And that's something that he kept saying, like, as you know, I think he was, I've been in therapy for like 10 years. And most people have this misconception that therapists, or all therapists, are just these people that are just trying to get money, and they just look into your past and they just want to exploit you for money and gain, and they tap into. And he was like, most people don't realize that therapy, it literally is healing for not just the person, but also the like, I mean, think about it. If you were a therapist, could you imagine some of the clients, some of the stories, some of the experiences that you made? Like, think about if you were just a regular schmegular therapist and you averaged about, I don't know, 4 clients per month or something like that. Out of those 4 clients per month, or however many, you don't think you're gonna hear stories that are like, wow. I mean, you are a therapist, of course. And that's something that he made me realize. He was like, therapy, because I had asked him what made him, I know how we got on this conversation. I had asked him, I said, well, what made you want to be a therapist? Like, what made you want to dive into psychotherapy and trauma therapy and blah, blah, blah. He was like, actually, from my own experiences. And once I learned how to heal, and once I learned what I needed to learn from a therapist, I was like, I want to help as many people as possible that may not know how to help themselves. So that's why I chose. And, you know, from that moment on, it was authenticity. It was real. It was like, okay, cool. Because don't get it twisted. There's good and bad in all aspects of life. So, of course, there are some therapists that are only there to exploit your emotions and your traumas and your pain and just get money out of you. But what I'm saying is, shit, I can only go off my experience. And mine was very pleasant to the point where it allowed for me to, like I said, get to where I am today. And it wasn't just him that I talked to. Sometimes I would talk to a female therapist to get a woman's perspective, because I had a mother wound. What is a mother wound? It is exactly how it sounds. You were wounded as a child by your mother, or your perceived mother. Female, feminine energy, doesn't matter. And so it caused you to become fearful in whatever area of your life that you were hurt in, which resulted in you developing a defense mechanism to protect that said fear, which is what many of us today know as a trigger. So she also helped me with that. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Like, and some people too say, you know, and to each its own, you know, it don't matter. To me, I don't care what people say. Everybody say a lot of shit, but some people say, oh, you know, therapy's for quitters, or rehab's for quitters, or no, don't believe that at all. That's the dumbest. How is it that when we working out and we want to get fit, right, we go get a trainer, which is just a form of a therapist? Or if you want to swim better, you go get a swim coach. If you get sick, you go to the damn doctor, or you go see a specialist to give you a checkup, to look at you, to figure out what's going on. But when it comes to our mental health, when it comes to the boogeymans and demons, and of course it would make sense that, oh no, that's for quitters. You would come up with every excuse in the book to not go. But it's like, if you feel that way, then what's the harm in it? If you don't believe in it, if you don't believe, it's like saying you don't believe in ghosts. Okay, so then what's the harm in walking in this house where we telling you it's ghost in here? Because clearly if you ain't believe in it, then you wouldn't have no problem walking in it. Come on, let's go. But if you clearly are showing signs of fear and worry or anxiety, which is, again, all rooted in fear, something got you, you know, something got your hair standing up on the back of your neck and you just not trying to admit it. But if you showing any signs of fear, then why? Why? Are you telling the truth? Exactly. So when people say that, please don't listen to them. Please don't. They're probably afraid of being emotionally vulnerable. And they're afraid to, what's the term, let a person in. because the last person that they let in hurt them. Exactly. So now you're defending that hurt. Yeah, you're trying to protect that wound, even from a fucking specialist. And I get it. That's how severe some trauma. Listen, it's some people out here that been through some stuff, man. They don't trust nothing. They don't trust nobody. I get it. But that doesn't mean that they don't need help. It doesn't mean that they don't need somebody to at least try. Because at the end of the day, like I said, we all want the same things. Like, the person who fears rejection just wants to be heard. The person who fears vulnerability just wants to be like, just wants to be accepted and just fears the rejection aspect of it. Or the person that fears intimacy wants to be intimate. They want to kiss, they want to hug, they want to get close, but it just triggers thoughts. And remember, you got to control your mind, but it triggers it. And, you know, some of us just haven't developed the mechanisms or have learned how to respond to those triggers in a healthy manner that doesn't engage in self-sabotaging behaviors or sabotaging behaviors or violent behaviors or aggressive behaviors. Or, you get it? If you don't learn no new information, then how would you know? How you gonna know if you don't know? Anyway, I feel like y'all get what I'm saying and what I'm talking about. Now, y'all trying to go down conspiracy theory lane. We in 16 minutes. We at 16 minutes. Listen, I'm finna listen. Y'all know. Y'all know. And if you don't know, now you know. We can go down a rabbit hole. They're not drones. Not all of them are drones. Some of them are drones. Some of them are our American, drones. Some of them could be from Russia, China, and all that. But no, some of them, just call them unidentified flying objects or unidentified aerial phenomena. Ain't that what they call them? UAPs, UFOs. Now they say UAPs. The funny part is, religious folks, Christians, Muslims, Hebrews alike, y'all all talk about that y'all believe in a supreme being and that this supreme being created other beings. You call them angels, and the wicked, dark, evil ones, you call them demons or jinn or whatever, right? So why is it so hard to believe or fathom that what you believe, you're now about to witness and see for yourself, to test your own faith and your own sense of belief? After all, a belief is technically, by definition, a theory. You believe something. Well, now you're about to know. Let's go down the rabbit hole. Are you prepared to witness what it is you be reading about? Are you prepared for Allah, for Yahweh, for Jesus? Are you prepared for any of these figures to return the way they said they're going to return? Whatever it say in the Quran, whatever it say in the Torah, the Talmud, whatever it say in the Bible, how this figure is going to return. Last I checked, it's supposed to be some like seismic activity all over the world. It's going to be an event that every human being on earth, the animals, the birds, the fish, everybody is going to witness it and see it. And it's going to be something that causes us to look up in the heavens, right? Because, the heavens is just space and beyond. That's what they called heavens back then. Oh, it's the heavens. That's the heavens. Tribes called it. Tribes that ain't have no connection to no Christianity or none of that, to this day still call it the heavens, or the yeah, basically. It's basically what they call it. And of course they have an underworld or a demonic realm because we know good and evil exists. But my question is, like I said, how many of you are ready to witness what it is you say you believe? You say you believe in God and you believe in angels, and that this angel did this with this woman, and this angel came and then they created this, and the Nephilims and the this, that, and the third, and you believe all that. But now that is coming now, where we about to start seeing these chariots. cherubim, whatever you want to. We about to start seeing them in a form, in a true forms. We about to start witnessing demons in real time. Hello, it's like, all right, we here now. Now what? This is what everybody been waiting on, right? Now it's happening. Oh, they're drones. Oh, they're drones. Everybody, oh man, we don't know what they are. Everybody panicking. It's a video. I seen some people shooting at them. And like I said, don't get it twisted. Some of them are drones because you have to mix the lie with the truth. And that's where you have to have discernment and a connection with the creator. And of course, yourself. You have to be honest and open and be like, all right, look, are they all drones though? Some of them, yes. And even if they are drones from other countries, why in the hell isn't our military like doing anything about it? And according to our military, according to the national security advisors, according to the FBI, they don't even know what they are or where they came from or where they're coming from. And like I said, whether it's extraterrestrials or not, that's not alarming to you, which we know they're lying. A lot of them are sending their own drones up there to try and film and record. See, they got you thinking that it's a Renaissance thing, where not Renaissance, what's the word I want to say? Damn, it's not Renaissance. It's like recon. They want you to think it's like a recon sort of thing where they're getting information from the drones. And yeah, they getting information on these unidentified flying objects that many scientists call extraterrestrials or spacecrafts. They're getting information on those, and there are reports they're coming out of the ocean. What drone do you know of the size of an SUV that can fly up to hundreds of miles an hour at any given moment in any given direction and dive and damn near travel at that same speed underwater? What do any of you know can do that? Come on now. I told y'all, listen, do your own research. And yes, I know artificial intelligence has come online and there are a lot of things that can be faked. But make no mistake, everything has multiple meanings. Everything happens for a reason. So yes, AI has been created for that very purpose. That's just one purpose as to why AI has been created, is so that people won't believe a lot of the things that are now being shown all over the world with just smartphones. People just recording on their smartphone. Some, when you see it on the internet, it's like, there's speculation. Could it be fake? We've gotten to that point. But it's about to get to a point where it ain't gonna matter what the internet say. Everybody is gonna witness, and everybody is gonna, you can damn near say, pay homage to the creators, to our creators. Y'all got the whole Bible, everything messed up. I used to ask the question, why would a God need rest? It says after he created the earth and everything, he rested. Why would a God need rest? Or a better question, why the hell does God need gates? Why does God need gates? Why are there houses and mansions in heaven? Are there beds? Do we go to sleep? Like, do we, is it like Earth basically? We just up there. We just, maybe we ain't got no water bill, no electric bill, no gas bill, no utility, or we got, but is it just the same? Like, I start asking these questions at a very young age, and then I realize, the things that they were calling gods, I mean, technically, yeah, they are gods. They 100% are. And you better treat some of them as such. It is what it is. And like I said, if you believe in Allah, okay, great. What form is Allah taking? Because if Allah came through them clouds on the throne, it is what it is. Are you going to kneel? Are you going to, if Christ came on a throne or whatever, a huge ship, whatever, it could be Pegasuses on fire with flaming heads and sharp teeth. I mean, what we doing? I'm going to tell you what I see most people doing. Shooting at them. I see governments launching missiles and shooting. Yeah, I see that happening. And that leads me to the final point of how they're going to spin this and call it an alien invasion when really you could just call it not the rapture, but it's a phase before that. Like, because once everybody witnesses this, not everybody gonna respond the same way, and they know that, and they're gonna use our fears, which is fear is false evidence appearing real. So a lot of us are gonna be afraid of what we don't know, because we don't know. As I just said earlier, you don't know what you don't know, and if you don't know what's going on, you're easier to be manipulated. So a lot of people are gonna be manipulated into fighting against God. Imagine that. A lot of people are going to be convinced, because think about it, right? Let's go Marvel. How many people honestly believe that Thanos was a bad guy? He collected all them Infinity Stones. He wiped out half of the galaxy, 50% of the whole universe. He took 50% of all life. He's a bad guy. But his intentions were pure. Remember, I just talked about your intentions. His intentions were pure, to restore balance to the entire universe. Isn't that the same thing that said God is supposed to do? So I look at God as Thanos. If somebody like Thanos came through the clouds with all the Infinity Stones, and he was like, look, we've been watching this shit for far too long, and I'm about to restore Earth. So I'm getting rid of anything and everything that is not of me. You know how many people, just think about how many people love alcohol. How many people, I'm talking about, they're attached to things on this world that so much, it's like, you're not finna, I'll die. That's how some people feel about this country, America. I'll die for America. I don't know why I just put on that hillbilly ass voice, but I mean, it is what it is. Like, I'll die for this country. My forefathers, we fought, we died. Like, I ain't letting no person from outer space tell me what the hell I'm gonna do, because just because they got some flashy lights and he shot thunderbolts out his ass, it don't mean that I'm gonna listen to him. Hell no, I'm fighting. You know how many people is gonna arm themselves and fight, and they're not even gonna know they fighting against that's their savior. They don't even, that's what I'm saying. You could pick which savior, but it's like, it's not about you. And that's what I really came to the revelation of. It's like, no, Emmanuel, it ain't got nothing to do with you. It's how everybody else gonna respond. You may know what's going on, but how many people around you don't know what's going on? And because they don't know what's going on, you don't know how they're going to respond to this. How is the military going to respond? Well, we see that already. How are civilians going to respond? We saw that already in 2020 when the world got shut down over a virus that had like a 90-something% survival rate. So imagine what's perceived as extraterrestrials invading the planet. Imagine what that's going to do to people. Even all you Project Bluebeam idiots. Let's say it is Project Bluebeam. Again, you may believe that. Yep, I agree with you. It's Project Bluebeam. Now try to convince the other 5 billion people on planet Earth that might disagree with you. That is good luck. Like, good luck. You can't even convince people to convert to your religion. If this person is a Buddhist, try to convince them to be a Muslim. If this person a Muslim, try to we can't even convince each other to switch. How you gonna convince a person to accept the fact that they're not alone in this entire solar system or galaxy, which it clearly states in every holy book, and that now these beings are coming down to assist us and help? No, man, you got people that's gonna listen. People gonna be people. And the way I see people responding to this is no different than I seen people respond to 9/11. I forgot how old I was, but I was a kid. Man, listen. Some people will scream, Godzilla, and not move. Some people will stare. And y'all ever watch the Godzilla movies? They will sit and watch Godzilla come out the ocean, walk on land, and it ain't until he start destroying shit, everybody starts screaming and running. Ah, Godzilla! It's like, bruh, this big, like, nobody saw this humongous lizard just coming out, just walking up from the ocean. Just take your time, Godzilla. Take your time. We'll wait for you. We'll wait for you. And, all right, start panicking. That's what I see. And then you got the people that overpay. Y'all get my point. Like, I don't care about what I think anymore. As far as pertaining to situations that I know majority of people may not share the same thought process as me, which means they probably not going to respond the same way as me. If I saw a Predator off Alien vs. Predator, I'm going to be nervous. I'm going to be anxious, might be a little scared, but I'm going to tap in quicker and be like, wait. All right, if my theory is correct based on the movie, I don't pose a threat. I do acknowledge that I see you. I have to acknowledge that I see you. I can't show no fear to an extent because, you know, you can't, you know. The Predator, it depends on a Predator, but if you ever watch the Predator movies, generally, if you're not a threat, they won't even bother you. Like, if they got a whole mission, they're not even thinking about you. Like, if you like, hey, all right, I'm no threat, and, you know, you kind of, all right, easy, please, I'm no threat, please, and you got children, your children run out, the Predator not going to bother you. You're no threat to him at all. Now, if it's a xenomorph, you're fucked. If you know, you know. But I say all that to say this, man. We're in interesting times right now, no doubt. And it's only about to get more interesting. Conspiracy theorists are up. Listen, we up 1,000 points right now. Matter of fact, we off the scoreboard. I don't care what nobody say. You could deny all you want. A lot of conspiracies have now been proven to be like real. There's some validity to them. Come on now. Y'all got to give me, baby girl, give me something. Oh, ooh, you got to give me something. Come on, you got to give me something. Like, we up at least like 1,000, you know. Y'all probably batting like 5 or 6. We definitely batting 1,000. We strike, get them out of here. Our turn. Bing, home run. Bing, home run. Bing. Oh my God, look. Look, everybody left the stadium. The game been over with. We pitching it to ourselves and hitting it. Bing. We don't even need a pitcher no more. Conspiracy theorists up. We up right now. But anyway, look, we 32 minutes in. I don't really want to make this live any longer than it is. Y'all like, share, comment, or don't. Be sure to go over to my Facebook page. It's my name, Emmanuel Cheatham, EMANUELCHEATHAM. That's it. I don't even know if I was supposed to do that because, you know, they say don't give your name, but that's all you getting is my name. It's a lot of Emmanuel Cheathams out here, but that's my Facebook name or whatever. If y'all want to slide over there, you know what I'm saying, show me some love. I got some lives over there too as well. But I'm definitely about to start going live a lot more because, you know, it's a lot of people out here that probably like, their intentions are they want to know, they're looking for answers, and I may have the answers for them, you know. I may have the answers. I hope y'all have gained something from this goddamn video I done did. Shit, I've been on here 33 minutes. Y'all better have gained something. But anyway, even if you didn't, like I said, like, share, comment, or don't.